my wife in Oklahoma. My wife's a good Oklahoma girl. Yeah, she grew up in a very strict Church of Christ home. So she's saving her virginity for her second marriage. And I grew up Baptist, so I lost it at church camp. You can go to hell for that too, so don't My wife tells me not to tell people that. She's like, don't tell people that. I'm like, honey, I have to tell people that. I'm Baptist. It's part of my testimony. That's how being a Baptist works. You're not supposed to do that at church camp, but sometimes it just happens. You know, like we were staying in the same cabin, and yeah, he was about my age. That part's kind of not true. It's kind of true though. What sucks is he used to be a she, and then she changed her mind. So I learned that during the pandemic. I was scrolling through Facebook and I noticed the profile picture changed and the name changed, and I just went, "Holy crap!" Like, oh my god! And my wife's like, "What?" And so I'm like, "Do I tell her?" You know? And I was like, so I showed her the picture. I was like, "Well, my first girlfriend, Stephanie, is Steve now." My wife looked at the picture and looked at me, and she was like, "What the hell did you do to her?" Apparently I made a man out of her. Bend over, honey, I'll show you. You know that you did a good job, but they don't just want to be on the other team, they become the other team. You did a really good job. But you really aren't, like the church camp people really hate this. I've gotten a letter from them and everything. Like, stop doing that. They actually did. They had a sermon on Thursday. And they taught us that sex had been created to be enjoyed during the covenant of marriage. And I remember thinking, you know, when they taught us that, I was like, you should have taught us this on Monday. I was like, Steve and I have a baby on the way. She doesn't even know she's a guy yet. It's a weird way to start off a relationship, you know? Come to think of it, I don't even know her phone number. Like, it was bad. I didn't like church camp. I learned a lot, you know, at church camp. I learned that some kids go to church camp to be bad, and some kids go to actually be good and learn things. And you can tell the difference a lot of times by what they're doing. Like sometimes right before curfew at church camp, you would see a girl running back to her cabin at full speed. And every now and then, like a leaf would blow out of her hair. And you knew when you saw that. You'd be like, wait, she came out of the woods, she's running full blast back to her cabin. Hey, you guys see that blonde girl? Her dad's a minister. They were the bad kids. I guess. Golly, you guys been hanging out at the crack house with Joey Johnson before? What's going on? I know, I do like church. I get described at church, and then people will be like, this is Marty. He loves Jesus, but he's a little handsy. So just be careful. Just don't sit too close to Marty. Like, he's going to hug you. Like, he will hug you too much. One of my favorite books in the Bible is Song of Solomon. Yeah? Other people like it? It's a good book. It's a good book. If you don't know what it is, it's a book about these two young lovers that write poetry back and forth to each other. And the guy's describing the woman's body with the best things that he has available at the time. And so he compares her breasts to deer. I guess they didn't have like a Whole Foods or a peach tree or anything like that in the desert or wherever. Bible time to deer. It's like, man, that's awful. The verse says that your breasts are like twin fawns among the lilies. And that worked for him. I couldn't even write that. Like, I couldn't do that. They say that God doesn't call the qualified, that he qualifies the call. And if God called me to write poetry, he's really going to have to help me. Because if I said your breasts are like twin fawns among the lilies, I would follow it up with something really stupid. You know? I'd be like, your breasts are like twin fawns among the lilies. They're hairy and spotted. The left one smells gut shot. I don't know. Is it like muzzleloader season at church camp? What happened? The right one looks like it's grown an antler on the tip of it. It's like, figure out how to get you to eat corn for 6 months. I'm going to mount those things. Have a 12-pointer going on down there. That'd be better than a regular deer mount, wouldn't it? I mean, I've been to people's houses who are hunters, and they're like, yeah, I shot this deer over by Lake Texoma. And they're like, oh yeah, I got those titties over at church camp.